Hello everyone, welcome to this tutorial. Today we are going to see how we can use Jenkins as a CI tool and ArgoCD as a continuous development tool to actually deploy our simple login API into a Kubernetes cluster. This Kubernetes cluster is already Minikube, which if you've not seen my last tutorial, please go ahead and watch it. The link is right here. And we're going to deploy it into Minikube. So if you want a quick start, you can just go to this place. It's repository, Kubernetes CI/CD, and right here you'll find the README. And this contains all the details for you to start, right? Steps, installation of Git, Docker, Jenkins, ArgoCD, kubectl, and everything is right here. So if you don't want to watch the video, you just want to skip to it, you can do it. And of course, we have the ArgoCD manifest file, and we also have the Jenkins file. But I already have some things on my PC already. I already have kubectl, I already have Minikube on my local host. So I'll be using a combination of WSL, which is Ubuntu, because I'll be running shell scripts in my pipeline. So I'll be using Ubuntu. If you want to use Ubuntu, you want to use Windows, you are free to do so. But everything is going to be on my local host. I'm going to use WSL Ubuntu. So first thing I will do is I'll say Ubuntu right here. I'm going to open it. And if you see the prerequisites here, what you need before you're able to do it, Windows 10 or 11. If you don't have that, you can actually use your Linux machine, like I said. So me, I'm using Windows. So Windows system for Linux WSL, you need that. Ubuntu via WSL, Docker desktop for Windows, Minikube installed on Windows, and kubectl installed on Windows, right? You need Docker desktop for Windows. So the first thing I want to do now is install Git. I already have Git on my local machine. So if I go to here and say Git, this is my Ubuntu, and I also have it on my local machine as well. So I already have Git, and it's easy to install Git. You can just follow this sudo apt update and install Git. Then I need Docker on Ubuntu WSL. So I don't have Docker. So I'll just go here and navigate to this place and come here, and I want to install it on Ubuntu machine. And this is it right here. So if I follow all of this, first, this is the Docker's app repository. I have to do all of this. Then after that, then I can install Docker, right? So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to do here, and I'm going to come here, and I'm going to say sudo apt, and it's going to ask me for my password. And I'm going to enter my password, and it has started. And this will take some time. Okay, great. It's even fast. Thought it would take some time. So this is great, and we need to do this sudo apt. Let's do it one more time. Let's do it one more time. And great. Just to confirm. So now I'm going to install the latest. It's connecting. Great, and Docker has been installed. If I say Docker, yeah, we have the Docker command. And if I go here, right, it's something that we still need to do. So I'll go back here. I techwithadedayo. Let's see. Oh, okay, yeah, we need to, not yet. This is when we install Jenkins. So what we need to do is, so we need to say add Docker to sudo group. Exactly. So we are going to add Docker sudo group. We're going to come here, and we need to do this so that way we'll be able to Docker will be able to run straight on our Jenkins. We'll be able to we'll be able to execute Docker straight from WSL. If we want it to execute on Jenkins, we would have installed Jenkins first. So yeah, so this one now we can do Docker build straight from here and it's going to work. So the next step that we need to do right here is we need to install Jenkins. So this should be for Jenkins. I'm going to correct this. This should be added to sudo user. And all right, so now what we need to do is install Java, right? And this is OpenJDK 21, and I'm going to install it. Now Ubuntu machine. Right, and the reason why we need to install that is because it's a prerequisite for installation of Jenkins. If we go here, come here, and this is how we install Jenkins. But before that, see, requirements is what Java requirements page. So we need 17 or 21, right? And minimum hardware requirement, 256 MB of RAM, 1 gig of drive space, which I have. So I'll go back here, and this is, and I can do Java version, and I have OpenJDK 21 version, right? And after then, we'll install Jenkins, and this is how to install Jenkins. And I'm just going to copy this, and we are going for the long-term support release, right? And I'm going to say this. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to say. All right, it's not copying for some strange reasons. Okay, great. That's copied and pasted. And now that I've done that, I'm just going to do sudo apt update. Right, do this so that the repo can be updated. This right here can be updated. And now I'm going to do this. Great. So Jenkins has installed. So I'll scroll down. I need to enable it. So this is how we start the Jenkins. I'm going to say sudo systemctl. I'm going to come here. I'm going to enable it. And right here, I'm going to start the Jenkins. I'm going to start Jenkins. And I'm going to check the status if our Jenkins is actually running. And right here, our Jenkins is running. So I have Jenkins installed on my Ubuntu, right? Which is great. And if we navigate here, I'm just going to go to localhost 8080, and we should see our Jenkins right here. Right here, right? And I'm going to cut the password. I'm going to go here, to Q, clear the screen. I'm going to cut. This is the initial password. After then, we can change. So I need to use sudo. I'll use sudo. Command not found. Oh, sudo cat. I did not do that. Don't be like me. I say sudo cat. And this is the initial password. And I'm going to copy and paste that here. I'm going to continue. And it will ask me for install. So just step plugins or select plugins to install. So I'm just going to go with this. So most of the things we need will be installed for us. Talking of pipeline, we need this pipeline to install Git for us, right? Most likely what we just need to install is Docker. So if you go right here, you find out, yeah, we need Git plugin, we need pipeline plugin, and we need Docker plugin, right? So those are the 3 plugins we have. For now, this has helped us to install, is installing 2 Git and pipeline. Then we just need to install Docker by ourselves. So let's wait for it to be done, and we have other configurations. So while this is working, I want to explain something that I have kubectl already on my Windows, right? So I'll be using straight, not Ubuntu, even though they are both on the local host, right? Please don't get confused. I'm going to use Windows. I've already installed kubectl. If you go to this place, you'll be able to install that. And if you want to install Minikube, you go here and install Minikube. So once you've done that, then we'll deploy ArgoCD inside our Minikube, which is our Kubernetes cluster, right? So we're going to install that also. So that's what we're going to use for our continuous deployment. So for kubectl, it's pretty straightforward. This is for Linux. You can do this. You can check for macOS, Windows, and all that. And Minikube starts as well, Windows. right? And you can go here. These ones are really, really very simple, right? So one more thing that we have not done is if we come here, there's one thing we need to do this. We need to add Jenkins to Docker group. This is very vital. This is very important because it will allow us to be able to run Docker command without using sudo in our Jenkins pipeline. So I'm going to do this. I'll correct this. By the time you see it, it will be under this. And right here, this one will be adding Docker to your sudo group, right? So by the time you see this, all right, so I'm going to do this. And I'm going to come here. I'm going to do this. And I'm going to say restart Jenkins afterwards. So I restart Jenkins and I'll also restart Docker as well. So the changes can take effect. But just let me wait for this to be done. Then I will do that. Great. And I'm going to put my username, right? And I'm going to put password. I'm going to delete it afterwards. I already have it. All the credentials that I'll use, I already have them. And let me say Jenkins cred. Okay. Okay, this is not what I'm looking for. Jenkins credentials. Okay, yeah. So I already have, and I'll show you how you can get all of this, this. I'll show you how you can get it. But for now, this one, I'll delete all these things afterwards. So adedayo, and I'll put my new password. This is going to be my new password right here. I'm going to put this password here. And I'm going to put my name, I'm going to put this, and I'm going to put this email, which is techwithadedayo@gmail.com, right? And I'm going to save and continue, right? And now I'm going to say save and finish because, of course, it's my local host, right? 8080, and I can start using Jenkins. So this is how we can actually install Jenkins on our local machine for us to be able to start this lecture. So after finishing everything, the pipelines, all that, Jenkins, then we'll learn how to deploy using ArgoCD into our Minikube cluster. Yeah. So now that this is done, let me now restart Jenkins. Let's come here and let's restart Jenkins. Once I do that, and I'm going to exit this terminal as well so that my Docker effect can actually take place as well. Okay, so I'll exit this terminal and I'll reopen it. Great, now we're good to go. All right, so now Jenkins has been restarted, right? So now that we have our Jenkins, let's see the next thing that we want to do, right? So the next thing is to install these plugins. 2 has been installed when we started, and now we need the Docker pipeline plugin. So let's go there, and I'm going to use my credentials right here and copy this. And I'm going to put my password. I'm going to insert it here. And once I do this, I'm in. And to install plugins, all I have to do is go to Manage Jenkins. And I'm going to look for plugins. And first, if I see installed plugins, I would see my Git. In case yours is not there, Git plugin and pipeline, which is what we need. And this is it right here. In case yours is not there, check it first. Then you can now go to available plugins. So here I'll see Docker. And this is what I need, right? This plugin right here. And I'm going to install this. And since I've already installed Git and Docker on the server already, it should work, but I still like to do this in case, right? So now afterwards, I'll go to, because this is, but I'll go back to the top page. I'll go back to Manage Jenkins. I'll go to Tools right here and come here, and this is Git, right? I can install automatically, even though it's there already, right? I can say install automatically, and I'll come to Docker as well, even though it's there. I'm going to say Docker, and I'm going to install it automatically as well, right? And I'm going to apply and save. So now that we have been able to do that, we need two other things for our pipeline before we'll be able to write our pipeline. And the two things we need is we need to set up two credentials, which is the Docker credentials. This is the credentials that our pipeline will use after building our Docker image to push to Docker Hub. And this GitHub credentials is what it will use to push our code to where our manifest file is going to be at, right? If you've watched my last video, you'll understand this manifest file. If not, I'm still going to just explain it. So great. So let's go back and go to credentials. And right here, I'm going to click this, and I'm going to click this, and I'm going to add credentials, right? And I'm going to put the name of my Docker username. That's what should be here for you, and you should have yours. I hope you have Docker Hub account, and you need to generate a personal access token. So if you don't have one, just come to your Docker Hub account. I'm going to come here. This is my own repo, and I'm going to come here. I'm going to go to account settings, and right here you have personal access tokens. Go here, and you can generate new token right here. Right, and you can give it description, you can give it expiry, you can give it whatever access. Best I give my read and write, which is what I need, right? I didn't give it delete, so just read and write. And once you do that, it's going to generate a token which looks just like this for you, right? And so you copy that token and bring it here and paste it here. And the Docker ID that we're going to use to get these credentials in our pipeline, it's going to be, and I've written it right here for you, it's going to be this, Docker Hub creds, that's the ID. And you're going to come here and paste it here. And I'm just going to say Docker credentials right here. And I'm going to create. And then we need one more, which is our GitHub credentials, our personal access token. And I'm going to say add credentials, and my username as well is techwithadedayo, and we're going to generate an access token for this too. So if you don't know how to do that too, just come to GitHub, and I'm going to go to my repo, come here, and right here you come to settings, and from settings just scroll down, come to developer settings, and click on personal access, choose classic. And I already have one for myself which I'm using. You can generate new token and choose classic. And I'm going to put my password. Great. And you can name it whatever you want. You can name it Jenkins Access, whatever you want. And make sure it has all the necessary permission. You can give repo, workflow. For me, I just gave it everything, but I'm going to delete it anyway. Right after this, so you can give it that, and after then it will generate an access token just like this for you. So once you have it, just copy it and come back here and put it here, right? And we're going to be using this ID to call it from our pipeline, so we need it. So come here and copy this git https creds. Is that the ID? Okay, let's make it this. Right, git https cred, and I'm going to say git credentials. That's what I'm going to name it, right? And this is what we are going to be using to call it. So let's create that. And now we have two of our this thing, right? So we have Docker Hub cred and git cred. So for this thing, I just copied this, and I'll show you where we use it. And I'm going to copy this one as well on my notepad. It's already on your, it's already on the repo. So with that being said, let's start and let's go and write our pipeline. So I'll come here and I'm going to say new item. I'm going to say simple login API pipeline. That's the name of this our application that we have been using all over the course. So if I come to techwithadedayo, This is the application right here. This one right here, simple login API, right? So we are showing how we can continuously integrate and continuously deploy this, right? So let's go back to our Jenkins, and I'm going to come here, and I'm going to say pipeline. I want a pipeline project. We're going to be writing Jenkins pipeline code. And right here, I'm just going to say discard. Okay, no, do not allow concurrent build. So abort this. And everything else, I'm just going to leave it like this. I'm just going to write the pipeline script, right? So to begin writing CI in Jenkins, the first thing we need to write is pipeline. And we're going to say like this. And we're going to say agent any. So agent means the agent we want to run it on. We're just going to say any, so the one that is available, which is our local host that we are hosting our Jenkins pipeline, as well as going to run it. And then I'm going to say environment variables that I'm going to use in this pipeline. So I'm going to say environment, right? And those are the ones I'm going to start with, right? And first thing first is I'm going to use the image name on my repo. So if I go back here, where's my repo? Okay, where's my repository? One sec. I'm going to say Docker Hub Explore. This is my repo, right? And this is my username of my repo. So this is what I need. So, and that's the name of the image that I want to use as well, right? So if I go to tags, I have different tags, R11 and all that, right? So I need this. This is my image name that we are going to build. So I'm going to say, come here, and say image name, and I'm going to say equal to, and I'm going to say techwithadedayo, where is it? And I'm going to come here, I'm going to say image tag, our image tag, right? So every build should have a new image tag, so it's going to be unique. This is very, very important. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to say $sign. I'm going to put it here inside this place. I'm going to say env dot build number. So it's going to generate build number for me every time it runs a Docker image, and you see that. So I'm going to say Docker credentials ID. This is how we're going to be calling our Docker credentials. And what is the name that we give it right here? We give it Docker Hub creds, right? And that's what we'll give it. And I'm going to say here, right here. And I'm going to come here and I'm going to say, I hope everything's right. I'm going to say git. Have we made any mistake here? Showing this pipeline 1, 2, 3, no. And I'm going to say git underscore credentials underscore ID, and we're going to give this as well, this right here. That's what we named it. It's going to be like this. Great. So now the next thing that we have our environment now is to start writing different stages of the pipeline that we need to use. So I'll say stages, right? Come down, and I'll say the first stage is to clone the source code. So it's a private repo. It's a public repo, so we can clone it. It will not restrict us. So I'm going to say clone source. So we don't need to pass any keys whatsoever to this. So it will clone it. And I'm going to say clone source. That's the first stage. And we're going to say the git URL that we're going to clone first is our application, right? And it's going to be H. Okay, let's go to that. Instead of typing it offhand, this is the application that we're going to build. That's the application that we're going to build, right? And this is it. First, git clone, to clone this. And the second stage. So stages, stage 1. And the second stage is going to be C. Stage. That's the first stage. 1, 2, right? So let's see if we've, okay, yeah, I knew we skipped something. So after stage, it's supposed to be steps. I'm supposed to have steps. supposed to have steps right here, right? This we tell us different steps I want. So after this, we have another stage, and this another stage is where we build our Docker image. Just build Docker image, and then inside here we are going to have steps. So before that, let's first do this, right? And then we have steps. Then we'll do this, right? And the next step is to run this script. And this is why I'm using Ubuntu. I'm going to say run a shell script, which is docker build -t. I'm going to say my image name, which is going to be right here. Image name is going to substitute this, and I'm going to say, and this should be inside this place, right? I'm going to say right here, let's see, with my what? Docker tag. Let's say image, so it will be image tag, right? So this we cover our Docker tag. So and this is supposed to be tag, not teach, right? And so build. This right here is the first two steps that we need to do. So let's foresee this. Then after this, we are going to push the Docker out. So let's just do the next stage. So let's say our call brace was another one. So we need another stage. And this our stage is going to be push image to Docker Hub. Push image to Docker Hub. If you're familiar with how images work, you understand everything I've been doing. This is just a way of automation, everything that we've done before, right? Instead of us writing it, and with hand, we are automating it. So I'm going to say steps. And right here, this is where we need to use our credentials, right? Remember the credentials we use. And let me see this, script that we're going to run. So we're going to run another script. And right here, and the script we're going to say with credentials, because we need credentials to be able to push image to Docker Hub. And that's credentials we set the other time, right? So this is it right here. And just for this thing, I'm going to write it so everybody can see it. So I'm going to say username, password. And I'm going to say, here I'm going to say credentials, ID is what? We're going to use our Docker credentials. We're going to use our Docker, where is it? Is here Docker's credentials ID. That's what we're going to use. We've put it inside a variable, and we are going to say this is going to be inside here like this. This will be inside here like this. Everything good? Yes. We're going to say username variable, and our username variable is what? Docker underscore user. This is what it's going to ask for. Don't forget, this is what Docker is going to ask for if we are trying to push image directly by ourselves. And password variable will be Docker pass, right? So if we've written everything correctly, so username password should be small password, right? Username and password. We are going to be using this credentials ID, and then we are saying this is the credentials. Then we are saying once they ask for a username, which is going to be Docker pass, and Docker user, and the password which will be Docker pass, right? And with that, we want to first echo it out. So let's run another script. Right, I'm going to do this. And just follow me. Don't worry, you don't need to write it down. I already have it on the GitHub repo. You can just copy and paste it. SH. Well, if you follow me, at least if you are typing along, it